If you guys want to dominate every single fight you take in Fortnite, today I'm going to be showing you exactly how you can do that and play just like your favorite pros like Peterbot. I'll be going through some step-by-step tips on how to improve, alongside some examples that you can use in-game so you can dominate every fight you take. The first tip that I'm going to talk about is piece control and how you can implement into your gameplay to win more fights. Now, piece control is a crucial skill in Fortnite that helps you dominate in fights and become the better player overall. Now, you don't need fancy and flashy mechanics to win your fights in Fortnite, although they can be very cool if you want to show off that you can't speak to women. Like me. Now, if you're not great at piece control, there are so many ways you can practice it and integrate it into your gameplay to help you win fights in Fortnite. The best way to practice piece control is literally just by jumping into a plain creative map and practicing placing your builds. A simple but effective example of piece control is by placing a cone into someone's box. You can do this by taking someone's wall, editing it, and placing a cone inside. Be sure to practice this from different angles and editing different tiles to avoid getting shot at while editing. There are also other ways to place cones in people's boxes. For example, if your opponent is a layer above you, you can place a cone through their box just like this. There are many more advanced piece control techniques and examples, which I might cover in a future video if you guys would like to see that. The next tip to help you dominate fights in Fortnite is mastering the skill of peeking. Peeking is a pretty broad term, as there are so many different peeks you can do to outplay your opponent. One of the most crucial forms of peeking is right-hand peeking. And unless you've been living under a rock, you've likely heard of this concept before. Right-hand peeking refers to the advantage you gain when you position yourself so that your right hand is closer to the edge you're peeking around. For example, imagine you're standing behind a wall with your opponent in front of you on the right. Because your character is positioned on the left side of your screen, this setup allows you to see more of your opponent while exposing less of yourself. Practicing right-hand peeking in different scenarios is essential for improving your in-game performance. One effective way to practice right-hand peeking is by editing your walls to get a better angle of your opponent without being seen, such as the classic peanut butter edit. This technique involves making a small opening in the wall just like this, allowing you to peek with minimal exposure to your opponent, giving you the upper hand in the fight without your opponent getting a good view of you. Combining right-hand peeking and piece control is essential for dominating every fight. Piece control involves taking as many builds as you can to restrict your opponent's movement and create opportunities for you to damage them. Mastering both right-hand peeking and piece control allows you to consistently outplay your opponents. This next tip is essential from going from an average player in Fortnite to a pro player in no time. Watching pro players play. Observing how pro players play in Fortnite is such a crucial aspect of improving your skill and consistently winning more fights. By watching pro players, you gain valuable insights into advanced strategies, building techniques, and fighting techniques that you may not discover on your own. For example, pro players often showcase their superior building skills, such as quick and effective high ground retakes, which can give you a significant advantage in fights. They also demonstrate precise aiming and movement strategies that allow them to outplay their opponents. For instance, let's say you're struggling with close quarters combat such as box fights. By watching pro players like Peterbot, you can learn how he plays during box fight situations, uses edits to create an advantage over his opponent, and how he remains calm under pressure. You can then practice these techniques in your own gameplay, leading to better performance in fights. Some top tier pros to watch right now include Peterbot, Booga, Miro, Power Alex, and many others. Each of these players bring a unique style and set of skills to the game, providing you with knowledge of game sense to learn from. In summary, dedicating time to watch pro players in Fortnite can significantly improve your gameplay, helping you learn new strategies, refining your skills and game sense, and ultimately winning more fights. Outsmarting your opponents is an essential skill that can significantly improve your gameplay and help you win more fights. This is a broad topic, as there are so many strategies and ways to outplay your opponents. Pretty much, outsmarting your opponent involves creative and strategic thinking to gain the upper hand in a fight. For example, a pretty simple way to outplay your opponent is by fake swinging at their wall when they're boxed up. This play will often prompt them to edit the wall in the attempt to take a shot at you, but before they open the wall, you can switch to your gun and be ready to pre-fire as soon as they open the wall, catching them off guard. Another effective example of outsmarting your opponent involves creating a box and positioning yourself outside it, leading the opponent to believe that you're inside. As they attempt to break into your box, you can take the opportunity to quickly build up and get some high ground. This unexpected play allows you to catch your opponent off guard and hit some easy shots on them while you're above. You can also combine this outplay with other strategies to make it even more effective. For instance, you might fake a retreat or act as if you're disengaging the fight, only to come back from a different angle and surprise your opponent as they're occupied breaking into your box. Mastering these kind of strategies does take practice and a lot of learning to understand how your opponents would play. By always thinking outside of the box and staying one step ahead, you can consistently outplay your opponents. While we're talking about outplaying your opponents, this brings us up on the next tip, using fake confidence. Using fake confidence during fights in Fortnite is an underrated yet highly effective tactic that can significantly improve your chances of winning. Fake confidence involves projecting a sense of assurance and control, even if you're feeling uncertain, nervous, or you're just low on health and mats. This psychological strategy can intimidate your opponent, making them second guess their moves and potentially make mistakes. For instance, let's say you find yourself in a 1v1 situation and you're running low on materials and health. Instead of panicking and playing passively, you can use fake confidence to your advantage. Push aggressively towards your opponent, build as if you have a lot of materials, and take shots confidently. The opponent might see your aggression playstyle as a sign that you have the upper hand in the fight, causing them to hesitate or even retreat, giving you an opportunity to capitalize on their uncertainty. Pro players often utilize this tactic to gain the edge in fights. For example, consider Bugha during his competitive matches. Even when he is at the disadvantage, he maintains a strong presence by executing quick edits and precise shots, making his opponent believe that he is fully in control of the situation. This can create a psychological advantage, leading the opponent to make bad decisions and lose the fight. Incorporating fake confidence into your gameplay involves several key aspects. Aggressive positioning. Always position yourself in a way that suggests you're ready to take the fight. Avoid overbuilding in a defensive manner and only build when necessary. Defensive actions. Make quick and assertive decisions. Hesitations can reveal a lack of confidence, so always act as if you have a clear plan. Constant pressure. Keep pressure on your opponent by constantly spraying their box. This can overwhelm them and make them more likely to lose the fight. By mastering the art of fake confidence, you can affect how your opponents see and react to you, giving you a strategic advantage in fights. When paired with strong skill and a good game sense, this tactic can greatly improve your performance and help you win more fights in Fortnite. To dominate every fight in Fortnite, mastering correct crosshair placement is crucial. This skill significantly allows you to make edits more quickly and efficiently. Notice how I position my crosshair as close as possible to the tiles with each edit. This minimizes movement, allowing me to complete edits faster and seamlessly transitioning into the next one. If my movements were wider, my crosshair would be much further away from the tile, making my edits slower and more of a chance to mess up the next edits. By keeping edits simple and precise, you'll not only speed up the process of hitting the edits, but also improve your accuracy for editing peaks, making it easier to hit shots on your opponent before they hit shots on you. Another advantage that not many people know about is that you can still edit while sprinting. Combining this with the proper crosshair placement allows you to win fights more easily. With practice, these techniques will become second nature, helping you improve your gameplay and increasing your chances of winning fights.